music review the 1974 album Late for the Sky by Jackson Browne. Jackson was still living at home, remarkably, in his childhood home when he actually did this album, and as it was the third album that he'd done. The second, For Every Man, had been far too expensive. That's the view of his record label, and so he was basically told firmly that this offering must be considerably cheaper, and it was half the cost at $50,000. It's the first album that I got really hooked on with regard to Jackson. I regard it still as his best, and to say it's melancholic is to state the obvious, but it enables you to find some disappointments in your own life and gives yourself permission to feel empathy, I guess. So he got some of his friends in to help him out on vocals. Don Henley has a credit, so does J.D. Souther, Dan Fogelberg, and I also noticed a credit for Terry Reid in the harmonies, along with a couple of females. The album's major contribution, other than Jackson's, is from David Lindley, an absolutely exceptional guitar player who also helps out on violin or fiddle, as you prefer, on a couple of tracks. He's absolutely outstanding, and I will refer to him frequently as I go through the tracks one by one. So let's get started then with track one. It's the title track, and it opens with some intricate Lindley guitar work, a feature throughout the album, as I've said. And then Jackson's vocals weave through the air, consuming the mood. Looking hard into your eyes, he sings. Loneliness is the theme, trying to understand the complex thoughts of why we feel we love and why we fall out of love. And I thoroughly advise you to read the lyrics as you listen, and that will add an extra canvas to your listening experience. The track's strength is the delicate playing of the keyboards intermingled with the guitar. Track 2 is The Fountain of Sorrow. It's a personal favourite of mine, and I like to try and sing along, although my singing voice is absolutely appalling. For example, looking through some photographs I found inside a drawer sets us on that revisiting of the past, maybe to a past love, or maybe to a lost friend. Looking for a perfect stranger, Jackson pleads, with regard to the road of life, with regard to the need for a mate, a soulmate. It's all very, very poignant. The track slightly moves up the tempo from the opener, but the melody is absolutely gorgeous. Keep understanding and compassion in sight. The lyrics are absolutely brilliant, so do get to read them. There's some beautiful closing harmonies, courtesy of, I guess, Henley, Souther and Fogelberg. I'm not exactly sure, but it's a beautiful song. On to track 3, Farther On. It has almost a tragic lead guitar intro, and the lyrics are very tender, searching for that nirvana, that perfection, that contentment that is proving so elusive. It's 5 minutes of pure beauty, and I can't really say anything higher than Lindy's guitar work, coupled with Browne's vocal delivery, are something that you really will love. On to track 4, The Late Show. This is the last track on the first side on the vinyl, and of course I have a copy of that vinyl, and It continues to search for that companionship and real closeness. There's more beautiful harmonies from the Californians, more stunning guitar by Lindley, and then the strings arrive with a ray of sunshine coupled with a slight wind to assist the adventure. Beautiful song. To side two then, the first track is a rocker, The Road and the Sky. It's a commendable effort. There's some neat slide guitar by Jackson on this, but it feels a little bit out of place after what we've consumed on side one, but it certainly does loosen the mood up. The second track on side two is For a Dancer, and this restores the calm. It's an eulogy to a lost friend, always keeping things real by playing the clown. Now you're nowhere to be found. And this certainly brought to my mind the loss of a friend here in Thailand about 8 years ago. Not through death, but just by disappearance. And I certainly thought of him. And the piano nurses the melody, and there's some exquisite violin played by Lindley. It's almost wake-like in its simplicity. The keyboards, the mix of Hammond organ and piano, glide us through to the conclusion. It's a beauty. Next up is Walking Slow. Another up-tempo rocker, I'm afraid. It's a very much an MOR and instantly forgettable. And then we reach the final track, Before the Deluge. This title suggests to me some biblical event or reference. Lindley is on fiddle again, and he gets things started, accompanied by a lovely piano melody. It's dreamy, and I love Jackson's vocals on here. Let the music keep our spirits high, he sings. A dig at the earth being abused, I guess. The music is southern style with a tinge of country in places as the fiddle speeds up. So in conclusion, this offering, 1974, what a great year it was for music. I really love this album. I will continue to love this album. The two rockers aside, it's full of mood, it's full of emotion, it's full of sadness, but it's a wonderful, wonderful exploration, and I really thoroughly suggest that you get to listen to it. Late for the Sky by Jackson Browne.